In Free Fire, landing in a good spot is of crucial importance. If you choose the right place to start the game, you'll reach the loot faster and gain a great advantage over other players. So in today's video, we're gonna take a look at some of the best places you can possibly land. First, we'll talk about great places with good loot, but not as dangerous and crowded, which is great for beginners. Then, you'll see two locations that have some of the better loot of Free Fire, but also are packed with action, so it's only recommended to those who are a bit more experienced with the game. Cape Town may be the quietest region in terms of combat. Most players pass this area completely because it's far from the center of the playing field, and landing here it's not that easy. So you can collect loot here without being disturbed by anyone. The region consists of a couple of buildings and assault rifles usually spawn them. And you can also find level 1 helmets and backpacks. The Mill region is one of the highest peaks in the island. The buildings here are quite large but not many. Sniper rifles are usually located in buildings in this area, and if you succeed in finding an 8x scope, you can take control of peak zones in particular. Peak is very close to the power plant zone and extremely crowded for the same reasons, so you can shoot other players from a distance and with a smile in your face before they can even get a chance to equip their armor. However, don't stay here long because you'll be easily spotted. This is a very small island located in the southwest of the main island. It contains 5 small buildings that are rich in terms of loot. Landing here is nearly impossible, but you can reach the island by landing on the hangar region and moving to the south. There are a couple of assault rifles, scopes, backpacks, and body armor in these buildings. Here you can create a perfect weapon and armor setup at the beginning of the game. However, there's a catch. The Nameless Island almost always stay outside the zone, so you cannot stay here for long. So just use this area only to loot and get back to the main island. Now if you're looking for some action, the first on the list is the power plant. As can be guessed, this is the hottest area because of the player density. It contains good loot, especially in terms of submachine guns and assault rifles. However, it turns into a bloodbath in a couple of minutes after the game starts. And that's because it's right in the middle of the island, and it almost always stays inside the safe zone. So if you decide to land around this area, always stay inside the buildings and be very careful. Finally, if you are into shotguns and heavy firepower, Outpost will look like a paradise. This is a military zone that contains the best armors and heavy guns. Problem is, it's almost as crowded as the power plant zone, since they are very near. And it's located on a peak, so most of the players prepare an ambush around this area during the endgame. It doesn't matter where you land, the best way to play Free Fire is on PC with BlueStacks, allowing you to play with your keyboard and mouse, on your monitor big screen, and with great performance and graphics. Also, the links to our socials are in the description, where you'll find the latest gaming news and game guides. Thank you very much for watching, and bye bye!